Family, it's your favorite queer radio personality, Anna DeShawn, with our queer news for today. Now, I want to make you a promise. We will continue to bring you the latest in queer news, culture, and politics, 7 minutes a day, 5 days a week. So, if you are digging our intersectional take on the daily, consider joining the QCrew. The QCrew is our monthly membership program we started to help grow the podcast. With your help, we can bring you more stories celebrating our lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and comrade communities. This month for the QCrew, we have an exclusive interview with our new producer, Day. Catch the video to learn all about them and to hear his 5 vocals, okay? He brings it. If you want to watch the exclusive interview, though, you got to join the QCrew. Now, you've shown your support by tuning into this episode. You can show your curiosity by clicking the link in the show notes to learn more about the QCrew. Now for the news. Brittney Griner was sentenced to 9 years in a Russian penal colony, and now her lawyers have filed an appeal. Tragedy hit Chicago Saturday night when 3 Black gay men were leaving a popular club and were killed in a hit and run. And if you need a break from it all, the new League of Their Own is out on Amazon Prime, and it has the queer storyline the original just didn't. Let's go.
You are now tuned in to higher frequencies. We do this frequently. Turn your radio station to E3 for that decency. Listen to great music and the latest movement. Safe listening for anyone that's tuned in. Who you waking up to? Anna DeShawn, QCrew and friends. It's that real talk. Online radio with the spins. You caught up in traffic, frustrated. Just check in with E3 to shift your vibrations and get elevated. That's queer radio done right. Choose to be yourself. That's the only way to live life, and that's how it's done here. Just know y'all tuned in to the greatest. Ain't no competition. We ain't worried about the other stations. Check.
Our leading story for today is Brittney Griner, who has been wrongfully detained for 179 days. Her legal team filed an appeal today in response to the 9-year sentence and $16,000 fine she received for 0.7 grams of THC in the cannabis oil that they found. And honestly, I'm putting it all out there just like that because we now know of a case where the sentence was not that severe, where the fine was not nearly that much. Audrey Lorber, a 19-year-old white woman, was found guilty with 19 grams of THC in 2019. That's 19 times how much BG had. And she served approximately 2 months in jail and received a $235 fine. I'm just going to repeat that for you, okay? She served approximately 2 months in jail and received a $235 fine. And we're sitting here and BG has been wrongfully detained for 179 days, received a 9-year sentence and a $16,000 fine. Make it make sense, okay? And if you can't see how Brittney is being used as a political pawn right now after that particular comparison, I really can't help you. I just can't. The double standard can't be more obvious. And Russia knows what they want, and they have the leverage to get it. On Friday, Russia confirmed that they are in talks with the U.S. on a prisoner swap. This is a big deal because the U.S. provided a proposal a month ago, and this was the first time Russia confirmed they were actually talking to the U.S. negotiating team. In the meantime, while they negotiate and appeal, Brittney will continue her wrongful detainment in a Russian penal colony. Now, what happens in a penal colony, you ask? I was wondering the same thing, so I did some research. Turns out there are 35 women's penal colonies across Russia that are home to approximately 60,000 inmates. The holding cells are just over 11 feet, and they hold between 40 and 60 women who sleep on bunk beds. Y'all already know these beds aren't big enough for Brittney, right? But I digress. These conditions are known for being tough. Tuberculosis, I guess, is common, and some prisoners are malnourished due to limited food, and the medical care sucks. Her day will start at 6 a.m., and she will work an 8-hour day with a half-hour to 2-hour break available. During the breaks, she can read books from the library, write letters home, play sports, play board games, and call family and friends. At least this is what we're told. The governors determine the break times as well. And for context, the people who run the penal colonies are called governors. Most of the women are seamstresses, but they also clean, cook, and serve food. Some of the more lenient governors actually tried to assign the women to jobs that leverage their talents. In one instance, soccer players who were jailed actually got to coach soccer as their job while they served their sentence. Now, will Brittney land with one of these lenient governors? Who knows? But it's said that prisoners are encouraged to play sports or do yoga, so maybe she could coach. Y'all, even with taking all of this into consideration, we truly, for real, just can't get her home fast enough. Our next story for today is a tragic one out of my city, Chicago. A group of Black gay men were leaving a popular gay club on the South Side when they were struck by a car going at incredibly fast speeds. The impact actually caused them to be lifted off the ground and flown across train tracks. 3 of them have made earthly transitions, and 1 is fighting for his life. It's being reported that the men were fighting in the street and that the hit looked intentional. I personally refuse to watch the video footage, but it's out there, and that's what I was told. They were so young and had so much life to live. My heart goes out to their family and their friends. When arrangements are made or if there's a GoFundMe that comes up, I will absolutely share it with y'all. Lastly, if all of this is too much and you need a break from the world, A League of Their Own is out on Amazon Prime right now. Yes. To say that I love the original film would be a gross understatement. I mean, I might know all of the words to their theme song. We're the members of the All-American League. We go from cities near and far. We've got Canadians, hey, Irish ones and sweet. We're all for one, we're one for all. We're all Americans. Each girl stands, her head so proudly high. Her motto, do or die. We're not the ones to use or need an alibi. Y'all, I literally probably haven't seen this film in 20 years, but that theme song has left an imprint, okay, on my mind, on my heart. This film meant so much to me as a young, athletic girl who needed to see some representation in the world. A League of Their Own was it. I mean, this 1992 classic is sketched in my heart, and the remake dropped on Friday. And believe me, y'all, it has Black and queer characters, and I might just fall in love all over again. The series is at the top of the Prime charts since it dropped on Friday, and producers are already talking a season 2. I plan on watching it tonight, and a full review coming this week. Now let's close the podcast with a word for today. And since it's Monday, we need a little bit of extra inspiration. I know I do. And so this is a quote that is on my wall in my office, and I see it every day. It says, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Your thoughts will impact every action you make as you move throughout the world. The mind is incredibly powerful, so you must feed it positive affirmations and encouragement. You have to believe in yourself more than anyone else. Whatever you're thinking will manifest itself into the world. So affirm the positive, so only good can come your way. I spend my mornings in my prayer and meditation corner, taking in all of my positive affirmations and reminding myself that I am called to do this work. Stay focused on what matters. Till tomorrow, family. Peace. If you enjoyed what you hear, rate and review us inside your favorite podcasting app. This podcast is a production of E3 Radio, your #1 queer radio station playing queer music and reporting on queer news in high rotation.